Welcome to Barak's Loft. I hope you enjoy the video. And Snowball says hi.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I get to show you a few birds from Chris from Northern Lights. He has got quite a few different colors here, guys, that are just fantastic. I will put his email in here and you guys can see how it looks and show you all these birds here. He's a great guy and looking forward to showing you what they look like. So
okay, next we have some racing homers in Almond. Okay, these are from, I call them Buda, the Buda racing line. They came out from Arwen, who used to live here in Minnesota. Now he lives in California. He has some amazing almonds. This bird is not even a year old. Almonds typically are lacking of flecking when they're born. I get this bird to turn. So this would be an example. He's got nice even flecking. When you're looking at almonds, you want to see this even flecking. You don't want to see big blotches. This is nice even flecking. This will all turn to flecking. By the age of 8 or 9, this bird will be almost jet black. He will be lacking of any almond appearance.
I'm going to kind of show you guys the next colors, through the almonds, how they go through it.
So this is a bird that's under a year old. This bird is from 2020. This gives you an idea. So this bird looked like the first bird we just showed last year. And as you can see, he's getting more and more flecking. There again, it's nice and even. There's no big blotches anywhere, which is what you're looking for when it comes to almonds. Kind of gives you that beautiful base, and the flecking comes with age. And the next one will be a 2019 cockbird. Get him to stand right. As you can see, he's much darker than the others. So going right down the line there was the less flecking as a young bird, 1 year old. Then we've got a 2-year-old. And now we have this 2019. He'd look just like that young almond without the flecking as a young bird. And as you can see, this bird is on the way of turning really black. He had one fault when he was a young bird. This spot here was jet black when he was born. As you can see, it's starting to blend in with everything else. He has a nice, beautiful tail for a classic almond. It does not show bars in the tail. There's an almond. The second one has tail bars. That would not be considered a classic almond in most standards, obviously. But yeah, so that's the difference between the 3 age brackets. Almond is a kite. This bird is in T-check, kite. Basically what kite is, it's heterorecessive red. It's got a bronze factor. There's different modifiers to make a kite. This one appears to be in spread, but he is not. The reason he appears to be in spread is the smoky modifier covers up all the checking in this bird. So it gives him the appearance of being in spread, but he is, in fact, is a bird in T-check. To create almonds, you need to create a classic almond, I should say. You can use Delroy, you could use recessive red, but the number one thing that I like is kite, and that would be this guy. So you would take a kite and put it with an almond, and they would produce recessive reds. They could produce Delroy, they could produce kite, they could produce almonds. So there's a whole bunch of variations in just creating kite and almond when you pair a kite with an almond. There's something else I was gonna say. I can't think it off the top of my head. Oh yeah, so if you were to take 2 almonds and pair them together, they have a lethal gene in them. The babies will come out with bladdered eyes, poor vision, and they'll be lacking of a base. So that almond base will not be there. And typically speaking, they will probably die in that first year to 6 months. They're very, very weak. So it's never, ever a good idea to take an almond and pair it with an almond. The results will not be good. They'll be lacking any almond base, flecking. They'll typically be born white and always stay white. And there again, it's just an all-around a very weak bird. So next we're gonna talk about the almonds with their wings open. This is a bird that is not a year old. So typically speaking, an almond will have a nice almond base. This one's frisky as hell. We'll have a nice almond base when it's born. Okay, typically they look white and they will be lacking of downing So the yellow fuzz will be missing. They'll be born naked. That's how you can tell if it's a young almond right from the get-go.
I do have a picture of that. I can show you guys what a baby almond looks like. I did it in one of my other videos too, but I'll put a picture on there at least to kind of show you what the baby almond looks like so you guys kind of know. So
Excellent. So this guy was born with lacking of flecking. He might have had a little bit of flecking, but flecking comes with this age, that black flecking that I'm talking about. So this is a young almond. You can see some of the kite. Get him to chill out here. Some of that kite in the flights. That's what we talked about before, adding kite to almonds to give that appearance. And that'll give you that rich color. So that's a young almond. That bird is under a year old. Get him to turn his head here a little bit. Okay, he doesn't want to, so we're gonna just leave him at that. The next we're gonna show is a 1-year-old almond. Okay, so this bird will be 2 years old. So I showed you the young almond that's under a year back here, lacking of flecking. So flecking will come with age. This bird is not a classic almond. A classic almond would not have these tail bars in here. So the tail bar would more appear to be this. Like I said, not that it's a huge fault, but this would not be considered a classic almond with that tail bar. So there again, all this flecking is coming with age. Nice even flecking. There's no big blotches in his flights or in his body. So he's a perfect example of a nice almond. Then the one down here is going to be a 3-year-old almond. So we have a 1-year-old almond, 2-year-old almond, and a 3-year-old almond. And I will show you him. So this is how it progresses. No flecking, a little bit more flecking. And as you can see, this cockbird has a ton of flecking. Okay, as you can see. Here again, his fault is that big black blotch down here. That would be considered a fault when it comes to almonds. I'll show you his other side, his better half. So let him calm down here a little bit. So this is exactly what you're looking for. Nice even flecking. Here again is that beautiful kite colors right there. And that comes from recessive red, comes from bronzing. It comes from his mother's side. The one would have been an almond that created this, and the other one would have been in kite, T-check. So that gives you that appearance of all that additional flecking. That comes from the kite, T-checks. So that's him. So that gives you an idea there. And so there we go.
yep.
A 1-year-old, 2-year-old, and a 3-year-old as they change. Okay?
Yep.
And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna skip this one here. We're gonna go to the kite. We talked about this one earlier. He's in T-check. Okay? He's in T-check. This one here is a kite T-check. So when you're looking for a kite, you're looking for those marks inside the wings when you open up that bird. When he's closed, you won't even recognize it. You open it up and you'll see that. And I'm gonna show you a fun fact here. To check to see if a bird is in smoky, the smoky modifier, you're gonna pull the tail bar out. Pull the tail bar. You're gonna pull the tail out. You're gonna look at this edge on the outer tail. If it's not in smoky, this would be white on the edge. Because it's absent, this bird isn't smoky. What happens when you add smoky to something, it gives the appearance of a bird in spread. And that's what gives that T-check all covered up and appears to be in spread.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video today. So please like, share, and leave a comment below. And thank you again for watching. And you all have a great day. And thank you. If you got any questions, please email Chris or myself. I will leave it in the description below. And I hope you enjoy the day. So